Good morning. It's Courtney, and I'm back with another video. It felt really weird not saying hey y'all. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I just got up like half an hour ago, and I accidentally fell asleep with my makeup on last night, whatever you want to call it. I was so tired. That's why my eyes are so puffy, because I'm still really tired, because Autumn has just kept me up the last 4 nights in a row. She's been so sick. Finally took her to the doctor yesterday, because before it was just a cold, like coughing and runny nose and that kind of stuff. And her doctor, I think I said this in my last video, he is not the medicine type, which is exactly what I want. Because with my history and her dad's history, I just don't want to get it in her head already this young that medicine is what you need to fix everything. Because that's what I thought, is that medicine would fix everything. And look at what happened to me. So, reasons. But anyways, so on Saturday night, she laid there all night and stayed up all night and just whined and that's what she did all night. And I was like, honey, what's wrong? Like, I just thought maybe she just couldn't sleep, or she had a bad dream and just couldn't get back to sleep, because she wouldn't tell me what was wrong. So finally yesterday morning, she woke up and told me that her ear was hurting, and I was like, oh, okay, it's time to go to the doctor then. Because an infection, obviously, is something that you can't just, it won't just go away. You have to get medicine for that. So I was finally like, all right, well, if you got an infection, then we've got to go. So we went, and she indeed does have an ear infection. First ear infection she's ever had. She never really got sick, like, as a little baby. She got, what was that cold going around back then? I can't remember it, but it was a really bad coughing cold, and kids were dying from it, and she got that when she was like 4 months old, or no, she was like 6 months old. But up until recently, that was like the only time she got sick that we actually worried about her. And then now, since she started school, just I guess with all the germs and grubby little fingers everywhere and all that, she's just been sick multiple times. Anyways, sorry, mommy rant. You guys, almost all of you are moms, so you all know how you feel when your little ones are sick and you can't do anything for them. It's horrible. But anyways, I wanted to talk about something this morning, and I wanted to talk about it last night, but I was just so exhausted. That's my point, is that I was so exhausted last night that I fell asleep before I even got to make my video. And I had been thinking about it all day yesterday, and I was in the middle of getting ready to film it, and my mother-in-law called me back and was like, okay, I'm on my way. Because she said she would come get me, but she said it'd be like an hour or two. But she ended up coming earlier. So I was going to make it yesterday, but then we ended up leaving, take her to the doctor earlier than planned, which that was good. So I'm not complaining, but I just didn't get around to it. So I do know that Beep's cat, you guys all know what I'm talking about if you were in Randy's stream, or no, Ladies Night, Diana Wendy's stream, where Beep's cat came in and said some really nasty things. I'm not even really going to go into what she said, because, she did apologize. As long as Randy accepts the apology, who the fuck am I to say, you're so terrible and you're so wrong? Because she was talking to Randy, and she did say bad, terrible things about addicts. But a lot of people around here have, honestly. If you guys really think about it, through the years, I've been around for a little over 3 years now. A little over 3 years. About 3 years and a month. I've been around. And over the years, when people get mad at each other, they try to hit as low as possible. And for a lot of us, addiction is a low point because everybody in this community either loves somebody or was themselves an addict at one point. Just about everybody. A lot of us ourselves have struggled with addiction. It's not an uncommon thing these days. Anybody who's watched my channel more than once has struggled with addiction. And I want to say this too. I was in Clancy's first stream last night, and this person probably won't see this, but on the off chance that they do, I'd like to apologize. I said in Clancy's chat last night that I was about to make a video addressing something myself, and then the next thing that I said was, I'm tired of people saying things about Suboxone when they have no idea what they're talking about, they've never taken the medication themselves, and most of them have never even struggled with addiction and know the torture, the complete torture that addiction is. And somebody replied to me, well, can I address you about Suboxone? And when I read that, you guys might not know what I'm talking about, but a certain thing ran through my mind, and it was negative. I thought that they meant it like a shithead kind of way. And I was like, you don't even know me. Why would you address me about Suboxone? And then I thought about it, and I was like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, that was so rude. I should not have said that. I was the one bringing it up. I should not have said it like that. So I did go back and I apologized. I said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have came off that way. I'm sorry if it came out rude. I didn't really mean it that way. Well, I guess I kind of did mean it that way at first, but immediately I regretted the way I came off about it. So if that person happens to watch this, I'm sure they know who they are. I do apologize. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I promise I won't come at you that way again. There's just been some people around here that are really fucking hateful about the situation for no reason. And that's not who I want to address in this video. I don't want to address the people that just want to be fucking hateful. The people that already have it set in their minds that addicts are fucking low-life losers that just aren't ever going to amount to anything, blah, yada, 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 yada. They've already got their mindset. They already think what they're going to think. They're not who I want to talk to. They can move along. The people that I want to talk to in this video are people that don't know. They're just going by what they've heard or what somebody else has told them or what they've read or horror stories that they've heard. Or, you know, they knew somebody that did overdose on Suboxone, because it can happen. It shouldn't, but it can. Those are the people that I want to address, is the people that are saying something that they think is true because they're ignorant to the situation, because they just don't know that they're wrong. Because I would rather, and my husband was like, well, if they're just these asshole people that are saying something, why do you even care? And I'm like, because if I was going around saying something over and over and over and over and over again, and I was making an argument out of ignorance because I thought I was right, but it turns out that I had no idea what I was talking about, I would rather somebody tell me and say, hey, look, in a non-confrontational way, in a I want you to know how it actually works kind of way. Rather than be like, you stupid ass motherfucker, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. Because listen, it's easier to get somebody to listen to you when you're not coming across that way. When you're not coming across as just as hateful and rude. If you come across like, hey, I actually just want you to know this. And I actually just want you to know the truth. Rather than screaming at somebody, they're going to listen a lot more. So anyways, that was a really long explanation just to say, I keep hearing over and over and over again that Suboxone is just another drug, that people trade, street drugs for Suboxone, and it's just another addiction, and that it's just a legal high, and that people go and get put on Suboxone so that they can get high, and that they can't get in trouble for it because they've got a prescription for it. That's not true. If they wanted to do that, they would go and get some fucking Roxy's from the next state over, or whatever. They could do it if they wanted to. People wanted to continue to get high, they could get a script of something from somebody. Believe me, there are pay doctors, aka doctors that don't take insurance, and you go in there and you pay them a certain amount of money, and they'll write you whatever prescription that you want. My first Suboxone doctor, before I got in with actual real people that cared about working programs and keeping you on a schedule and keeping you accountable for everything that you do, the first doctor that I went to was basically a pay doctor. He was a good doctor, and he did care about his patients. He always was concerned with what was going on with us, but he cared in the wrong way, and he thought that he was helping by giving whoever walked through the door a script of pain pills, or a script of this, or a script of that, because they couldn't get it anywhere else. So he thought that he was helping, or maybe he was just motivated by money. It was probably a little bit of both, because he was a very caring man, and he did care if something was going on. I remember one time Autumn was sick the time that she was sick when she was a little tiny baby, and he was like, if something were to happen and you would need me to see her, you could just bring her to me, and I'll help you if she needs prescription or anything like that. If you need an emergency prescription for antibiotics or anything, you let me know and I'll take care of her, which I wouldn't have done that because he wasn't her pediatrician, but just the fact that he cared enough meant something to me. So anyways, I just hear that so often, that people that get on Suboxone are still just junkies. They're just legal junkies. They're getting high legally, and this and that, and it's just trading one drug for another. But these people don't know about a thing called the glass roof. Okay, so when you very first get on Suboxone, sure, you're gonna feel a little, you're gonna get a little buzz from it because you're not used to the medication. You get a little buzz off of painkillers or Xanax or some mental health medications or a lot of different things when you first start them. It's not just Suboxone. There's a lot of medications that when you first start taking them, your body's not used to it, so you feel a little loopy at first. So I don't get really where... But anyways, so once you acclimate to this medication, there's this thing called the glass roof effect, or the roof effect. And you can look this up. There is a doctor called Suboxdoc on here, and he describes it perfectly, because I wanted to make sure I was saying this right, because I didn't want to give a bunch of more misinformation on top of all the misinformation already. But it's called the roof effect. And the reason why Suboxone works so well for actually getting clean is because they will give you this certain amount. And say they give you 12 milligrams, all right? So you're down here, and of course, when you first start, it doesn't work like this, but after a few weeks of taking it or whatever, you take that 12 milligrams and say that this is the roof right here. You're not going to get under that roof within 24 hours because it stays in your system for about 3 days. So you never really go under that roof. And the roof, say it's like right here. If you guys aren't following what I'm saying, you can go look up that video. Just look up Subox SUBOXDOC, and then roof or something like that. You'll find it. Or actually, you know what? I'll link it in the comments here for anybody that actually wants to know. But anyway, so within that 24 hours, you're not going to go way down below. So you're not going to get above it a bunch. You know what I mean? So they try to get you up here above this roof so that within that 12 hours that you're sleeping or whatever, 12 hours, but that 12-hour gap from your last dose to your morning dose, you don't go way down here, so then, you know, you're way up here again. But this glass roof right here, what it does is it keeps you from getting high off of the Suboxone. They will not give more than 24 milligrams a day because they know that there's a roof, and they know that once you hit that roof, which if you take any more than 24 milligrams, you're just taking it for no reason. You can take it all you want to, but you're not going to get high. It's not going to get you high because you're so used to taking, you know, this certain amount that you're not going to get high off of it. That's not how it works. Like I said, you can continue to stuff them in your mouth, but it's pointless. And I think that doctors need to tell people this as soon as they're prescribed. They need to make everybody aware of the roof. Because I've known about it for a long time. But I've never wanted to abuse my Suboxone either. I wanted to, you know, I never wanted to take it the wrong way. I put it under my tongue every single time I took it. And that's that. So it's just, I don't know if I'm describing this well at all for people that don't understand. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it for people that don't really know medications. And for people that say that they're nurses and such in this community, you would think that they would know this about the roof. I'm trying to think how to say this. It's a roof, and once you take any more than what's at that roof, it doesn't matter. Your body's you're not going to get high from it. That's how you describe it. And your body's used to this much, so even if you get up to it, you're not going to get high, and if you go above it, you're not going to get high. That's what I'm trying to say. So no matter what you do, you're not going to get high off of it after about the first 2 weeks of taking it, period. So people can say that it's just a legal way to get high all they want to, but that's just not the truth. You can say that we're trading one drug for another, but that's just not the truth either. People just don't want to hurt. They want to be able to live their lives. And when you're in withdrawal, honey, you can't live your life. And then I also keep hearing that people use Suboxone with other drugs and combine them. That's just not true either. That's a whole nother video. If anybody wants to hear about that, I can either point you somewhere or I can make a video. But all I wanted to prove in this video was that you can't get high off Suboxone. Not for a long period of time anyways. If you take it for more than a week or two, you're not going to get high off of it. So, for anybody that didn't know before, and they really honestly thought that people that are taking Suboxone because it's a legal high, it's not. I know that somebody else could describe it way better than what I have, so you can look that up. Please do, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not any of that. I'm just some dumbass out here that doesn't really know how to articulate what I'm trying to say. So please do look that up. And then maybe you'll have a different way of looking at it. Just a little, even just a little bit. Just to where you don't have this false perception of people that are just trying to make it through the day. That's all. And a lot of us take it for pain. A lot of us aren't even taking it because we relapsed or anything like that. We can't take narcotics because we don't want to get hooked to them again. So we have to take Suboxone because that's the only thing that is a non-narcotic. Shit, they're even finding out that, never mind. I've already made a video on that medication. Not going to go down that rabbit hole because I'll be here for another half an hour. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I still have a lot of things that I want to say on this subject. I know this was kind of scatterbrained, so when I get home, I might take this one down if I can think of a more, a better way to get across my point that I'm trying to make, and I can get a little more focused, because first thing in the morning, I gotta go take a shower so I can put on more makeup and do my hair and all that stuff, because I've got some appointments myself today. So anyways, I love you guys. I hope you're having an awesome Monday morning, and just think about that. Alright.